the kind of person that really likes to live in the moment. And that's a very common saying, you know, living in the moment, but I thought it's kind of worth discussing here. I'll tell you what it means to me, and I would love to hear what you think or what it means to you. Living in the moment. So let's say that really the only moment that actually exists is the one you're living in at this exact moment, right now. And so that's reality. However, it's very easy to get perception and reality mixed up because basically our perception is our reality, which gets kind of deep. But what a lot of us will do is we'll live in other moments in our head. So we'll play out certain scenarios. Let's say, you know, what if this happens, or what if that happens, or what if this doesn't work out? And we'll actually play through those scenarios in our head and come to a result or a conclusion. And sometimes, most times, people make decisions based on those assumptions or conclusions that haven't actually happened. So they're not real moments, they're just spaces that we have, you know, lived out a scenario in our mind and come to a conclusion. Now, decision making is great, it's what makes us human. However, I think it's very important to live in the actual moment and to deal with things as they are right here and right now, and not to let all the possibilities or all the, you know, potential conclusions or potential end results cause us to make decisions in advance, right? Worry is a really good example. Some people really suffer with the whole worry thing. Worry is not something that I worry about. So I went to the doctor the other day, and I got a test, and they had to cut my appointment into 2 appointments. It's just how it worked out. They were really busy and they were fitting me in. So I go to the doctor, and first I get the test, and then I think an hour and a half later I go in to actually speak with my doctor and get the results. Well, I knew when I got the test that the results weren't that great, right? I could just tell by the technician's, you know, face, and she said, your doctor will discuss the results with you. So there I have 90 minutes, and I could have thought of all kinds of things and could have made myself physically ill even, but I didn't. What I did is I came home and I took a nap for about 45 minutes, and then I went back to my next appointment. And the decision that I made was, I'm going to live in this moment, and this moment has no, you know, nothing to worry about. It has no results yet, etc. So I'm not going to imagine it could be this, it could be that, oh, what if it's this, and go down that whole path. And so I just decided, in this moment I know nothing, and so I'm going to go home and take a nap. And that's what I did. And so it's good because when the actual thing happens that you're concerned about, or that you're worrying about, or that you're just playing out in your mind. Let's say, for example, that it's a vacation coming up and you're kind of playing out how it's going to go exactly. What happens is that's not reality, okay? That's just a moment in your head. It's not an actual moment in time. And so what happens is you get there on your vacation and it rains, or it comes, you know, a hurricane, or something happens with the hotel and there's a mix-up and they have to move you. Or the one thing that you wanted to do on Wednesday at 3 o'clock is not open on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. You just never know what's actually going to happen. So while you can live in that moment that doesn't actually exist and have it all planned out, what happens is when you actually get to that moment, it could be completely different. And so you've kind of done a lot of planning or worrying or, you know, this and that for nothing. And in the meantime, you missed living in the actual moment that was happening in your life, while you were living in that future moment that didn't even exist and never actually happened because other things came up. So it's kind of a deep topic, and I'm all about living in this exact moment. There could be a lot of variables out there that I may have to deal with, and I deal with them as I get to them. So, you know, cross that bridge when we get there, right? Lots of cliches, but it's very interesting that a lot of people use these phrases, and a lot of people, you know, throw these cliches out like, you know, whatever, but the reality behind them, the truth behind them is quite different than how most people live or how most people approach life and all of the different options and decisions and challenges in life. So that's it from me, and I would love to hear your thoughts on living in the moment and what does it mean to you.